Welcome. This is Scattercast episode 14, lucky number
Ooh,
14. And today is the 14th, Valentine's Day. Happy
I love you
Valentine's Day,
guys.
everybody. Love
Happy
everyone.
Valentine's Day.
This is Dirt McGirt from Scatterbrain Studios. I have with me today Theodius and Poot Nannies. How are you guys?
Chilling like a
Okay.
villain. Straight cold killing.
I enjoyed my Valentine's Day sitting alone on the couch eating frozen pizza. So if that wasn't pathetic and made you
Frozen pizza. Mm.
that's
What,
my
what
Valentine's Day
kind?
feast.
What was it?
It was like the dollar ones from Target or something. It was
Uh,
like as cheap as
you
they
should
get.
go start shopping at Hamburg Grocery Outlet, man.
Oh yeah,
Or Grocery
I
Outlet.
like
I'm so
Aldi's.
used to calling it HGO. That's what I grew up with it. Now it's just a grocery outlet, but I still call it HGO. But Hamburg Grocery Outlet, yeah,
Grocery
they have
outlet,
it.
Bob
They don't have.
McCracken.
They have some staples, but go there. Sometimes you'll find these good deals on these crazy brands. You'll be like, buy 12 of those. Me and my mom still
Yeah,
go there and be like, hey, go there and buy 12 of those. I'm like, cool.
it's almost like a big lots for food, huh? Because they'll
Yeah.
get
Yeah, when Big Lots was like, I remember Big Lots,
So
you had to go
Costco.
there.
yeah, kind of cost
Yeah.
because they'll get stuff like overstock stuff from other
Yeah.
stores. So they'll have their normal stuff, then they'll get like special deal stuff they don't
But
usually
no,
always have.
what Big Lots used to do is they used to go out and they used to bid on pallets from these big stores. So they'd be like, I want $200 for that big
Mm.
pallet, and they'll get random stuff in the pallet. So you'll go in there and be like, oh, all these 13 or 30 gigabyte SD cards, and they'll go in there and sell them for $30. And you're like, hey, that's a good deal on some when gigabyte cards were, expensive. That was a good deal. So it was like that. They would just buy a bunch of random pallets at these auctions, and then they would
Yeah,
sell
I'm
them
guessing
for.
that's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this place called Red Dot in Hanford. They had one at one point where you go there and it was just the guy will buy a bunch of pallets and he will sell these stuff at discount. So I bought like a huge microwave. It was older, but it was huge, and I was like, and I bought it.
Do
So
you
I
need a
bought the.
huge microwave? Do you put like a whole
Yeah,
turkey in there?
you can put it. I can crawl in there.
All right. Well, we got a good show
Um,
tonight. We're going to talk about the headlines this week in the news, and then we're going to discuss WandaVision episode 4, and we'll talk about a new game that's taken over Steam. And I even saw a headline. It might be the most viral, biggest hit for Steam ever. Talk about Valheim, which we've been playing a bit this week. All right, but first off, let's see what everybody's been up to. I'll start with you, Theodius. How's your week been? You been watching anything, playing anything new?
yes, caught up on some wrestling. They had the
Wrestling.
yes, they had the their pay-per-view. What was it? Oh my goodness, I can't even
Royal Rumble?
think. It was not. Was it the Royal Rumble?
WrestleMania? Mania?
You know what? I
Raw?
can't. I'm so tired. No, but they're having their takeover. They had their takeover today, but I didn't watch it because I wanted to watch it with Miguel. So
Mm.
I'm
Oh,
trying to
that's
avoid all the
nice.
spoilers of the NXT takeover. They're really good.
Say hi to Nasa
Uh,
for us. Hi, Nasa.
she's she's in the other room, but I shall relay the hi.
um,
So,
how
and then
about? Oh,
I played a little bit of Valheimenheimer.
yes. So is
Um,
all of us.
and I played a little bit more of Cyberpunk. I'm steadily going through that. So far, I've
Nice.
been playing through it, and I
Bug free?
crash every now and again.
Oh.
So far, no bugs, but I'll crash every now and again. But so far,
How about
I'm
yourself,
still.
Boot Nannies?
Just playing Valheim.
Yeah.
It's really addictive.
Yeah, you can get really lost in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Myself, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Valheim. Been watching lots of anime. A lot of anime this week. I've caught up on a lot of stuff. Some more Promised Neverland. And a big character just came back who we all thought was dead from the first season. He just popped back up in the second season. So that was interesting. And then Attack on Titan, still super good.
Yeah,
If you guys haven't, caught up to this newest season, it's kind of confusing, but it's really worth it. It's like, one of those shows where if you learn all the lore and the characters and stuff, if you invest in it and learn it, it really pays off, and it's pretty interesting.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I've been watching a little bit. And I like the lore. I didn't get into the manga just because I didn't want to pay
the
that
manga's kind of
$8.
ugly.
No, I
Yeah.
I read it a little bit
Oh.
online for free, and I felt bad, and I was like, let me stop it. But I didn't want to pay for the
Oh.
$8, you
Yeah.
know, for all
Getting
those
mangas,
episodes.
it's even more than $8. I think for theirs, I think they're $10. But
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, that's a lot when you start getting into paying for 24,
I did read
you
the
know, book.
manga. Yeah, I did read the manga, and the manga is good. But the art is not. It's not that pretty of art.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like
He's
One Punch
he's.
Man.
I like One Punch Man's art. For my
It's
personally.
it's not the best art, like especially the first like original episodes of that manga.
Oh,
It's
the manga. Oh no, I
yeah,
don't know.
the original manga is like
You take that
wow.
back. I like One
No,
Punch
no,
Man.
no. Have you seen the original manga
Oh yeah,
art?
I read all the manga, and it's the same manga artist for Ice Shield 21. Have you ever watched that
No, I
or read it?
haven't.
I mean, yeah, it's the same manga artist. It's a team of a writer and a manga artist.
Yeah. Well, this guy, he was like doing his like One Punch. He wrote this while he was delivering stuff, or
You don't like when he's simple, his simple look, or
it's very very simple and very very like
well,
it
it's supposed to
wasn't
be
like
for
you.
comedy, I think.
No. He said that he did it was rough like that because he wasn't that great at drawing. He's not a great artist, and so he had to do it roughly. And that's the but people didn't love it for the art; they loved it for the story. Why don't you
Same with
go
Attack
look
on
it up?
Titan.
Go look it up, and the art is very 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 minimalist. It's something like you will find in on, a good comic on what was that Newground or something.
Don't One Punch Man? Oh come
Yes,
on!
that's what I'm telling you. Look it
I'll
up. Look
fight you.
that up. It's crazy.
It's the art is good.
Yeah, the art is okay, but
So besides watching anime, I've watched the new Ghibli movie on HBO Plus,
yeah,
Earwig and the
I just
Witch.
saw and I don't like the animation
No,
style.
nobody does. It
I
looks
was,
it looks cheap, and I mean, for starters, for a
Is it
disclaimer,
3D?
it's 3D. Ghibli's like
yeah,
the
it
first
Well,
looks
3D
like an
movie.
American's attempt to try their hand at Japanese. Or you remember when Blue? No, what was it? Not Blue. Appleseed first came out. Their Japanese
Yeah,
that it was like, oh, now I don't want Japanese animation to go this way
I
permanently.
know, and it looks bad. It's Goro, Hayao Miyazaki's son, and the
what's it called?
direction's good. Earwig and the Witch.
Earwig.
Yeah, it's based on an English novel by the same lady who
Uh,
wrote. You seeing that? The same
wow,
lady who
that it
wrote
looks like
Howl's.
toys.
Yeah, very plasticky. Nobody's fawning over the story, but everybody's been hating on it, and the story's okay. It feels like a just a cheap Disney, not Disney, but a cheap TV movie, and that's what it is. It's
Well,
not
it
a
has a stop
theatrical
motion
film.
look to it.
It's a made for TV movie. It's not a theatrical movie,
Oh,
so it's got
yeah,
a
but
TV
just
budget.
there's a thing when it comes to Japanese animation, it's meant to be cheap, because
Yeah,
that's
Yeah, that's
so
what its purpose.
so it's
Yeah,
low
so
frames
it's
and
more
stuff.
stylish.
yeah.
Yeah, and then the expressions are more comic book like, and they sort of freeze in those expressions.
Hmm.
Western animation, especially 3D, is constantly moving,
Hmm.
constantly expressing.
Yeah. That's why they do. That's why you don't
Uh,
see a lot of still scenery
yeah,
shots, a lot of freeze frame coming down with the sword in one motion while streaks of light are going past you and ah,
yeah.
Oh, the
Well,
speed
I mean, that's what I
lines.
mean. Like they made a 2D animation very interesting with very little,
Yeah.
yeah.
but the 3D animation, I don't, I just don't know of any really good 3D animation from Japan other than
There,
Guilty Gear's
there's some
new
new
games.
Dragon Quest stuff that looks good. There was a
The
Dragon Quest movie that
and
came out recently.
and Ghost in the Shell was pretty good.
Oh, I don't think you that. I thought that looked bad.
The standalone complex is
The new
the
one that
first,
came out on Netflix like a couple months ago.
no, the original series.
Oh, they
And the
did.
Series?
original movie and the series. They're really good with their animation.
Yeah,
Oh,
2D
the
animation.
more recent, like the 10-year-old series from now, I think it's
Yeah, yeah,
like 10 years ago. Remember the one that has like 3D mechs or the
Yeah,
3D bots? It's
yeah.
they
With
never did Tachikoma.
the Tachikomas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, that one
yeah.
There's
But
wasn't
now
that
the new
bad. But
ones they did, and what was it called?
there's
Sack 2, or what's it called? I can't remember. It I want to watch it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be turned off by the anime.
Let me try to look this up for you. There's a new show on Crunchyroll this season. It's a Japanese-made 3D animated show, and
Hmm.
it looks horrible. Let me see the name if I can find it. It's something new. It's showing this. Is it XArm? Let me see. Let me find it for you. Or Active. No, it's not Active Raid. Mecha. Is it XArm? Let me look at the new shows.
You know what? Discord is very stingy with their
They're very stingy.
emoticons.
no, not their emoticons,
You
their
gotta have a
Windows
bot
space.
to do emoticons, and you have to buy stuff. And
No, their Windows
Oh,
space.
really?
With
Look,
their Windows space, they won't allow you to like if you try to window your windows, it takes up so much real estate.
look up if you can XEX-arm, like a
Put it
trailer.
put it in my Discord for table.
Oh, let me find the trailer first. I can put what it's called.
Or yeah, just put what it's called. And I
XArm,
can,
yeah, the Discord. It's by
what?
people who've never done
I'm getting a
animation
bunch of porn
before.
stuff.
What?
what?
Yeah, XEX. You said
EX, then hyphen ARM.
EX.
EX hyphen ARM.
No, don't put XEX. Even though that's not sex, it's for some reason came up with a bunch of stuff.
EX hyphen ARM.
Okay.
Check out the
Crunchyroll
trailer.
original?
Yeah, it's a Crunchyroll original.
It's a hoodie.
Why is
It's the
Crunchyroll
work
making?
from home uniform.
anime?
They've had a couple, and some of
They
them.
just host though, right?
Yeah, but they've got into production business, and they've mostly all been universally hated. But this is like a professional TV series.
Ugh,
It
it
looks
looks like a
so
video game
bad.
from,
Yeah, like
PlayStation 3, maybe?
Yeah, I think PlayStation 3 might have looked better. Like the in-game cutscenes kind of stuff. You know, they look better than this.
Yes. This could be made on someone's. Oh my goodness! Of animation of the guy flying through the air
Yeah, it is so bad.
and then shooting his guns. He has like no kickback, and
I mean, compared
he
to
doesn't
what
even
like
stretch his arms forward; they're bent.
compared to
There's
what
little
like
things like that people who don't know about animation
yeah.
don't ever see, and they think this is okay.
This is direct.
moving."
It's directed and made by people who've never done 3 animation at all. It's live action
Oh, really?
director.
That kind of shows. But maybe if they're live action, they should use actors and then just as
Mocap
reference, and then animate it what the actors did. You don't even have to have mocap. Just-
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of Toy Story when it first started. How,
The first Toy
Well,
Story
this
was
like Toy
back-
Story
Toy
looked better than
Story was
this.
really good, but like you look at it now, it's like okay, I
Yeah.
see how far it's come along.
Yeah.
This looks, or maybe A Bug's Life, the way they had the humans in A Bug's Life.
I just saw the downvotes for XArm on Crunchyroll's Crunchyroll
Oh,
collection. It's
yeah.
5.4 thousand likes, 42,000 dislikes.
Whoa. On IMDb, it's got a 1.6 out of 10. But this
It
is like a
doesn't look like they put much
professional.
effort into it.
This is a professional studio in the.
Yeah, I don't know if it is. It could be the professional studio and only their interns are making it.
Yeah.
You know what? I miss stuff like Project Echo.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
Yeah, I mean, anime like that. You don't see Project Echo. You don't see Cat Gunsmith, Cat
Oh,
Gunsmith Cats.
Gunsmith Cat. There you
That
go.
was a good. There was You're Under Arrest. That's also a weird one.
Yeah, I remember you used to really like that. That's
You're
a good
Under Arrest.
animation.
It is
80
good,
was it?
but it's like they don't make that sort of short anime form very often
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, 80 Police. What was it? 80 Police?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No.
Yeah,
The
there's
80
AD Police. That
80
was,
Yeah.
yeah, there was one.
Yeah, there was so many, but you don't see stuff like that. Now it's like weird, either crazy fantasy or too real life uh, drama. It's like, okay, where is the sci-fi fantasy? Like, what was that? KO Century Beast Warriors. That sci-fi fantasy
It was
anime. They don't
the
have that too much anymore.
sci-fi. I know
No
fantasy, like
sci-fi.
they have
No,
fantasy stuff.
well, like Project Echo, not Project Echo, but Sci-Fi Beast Warriors was sci-fi, but with fantasy. There was these creatures, these people. They were humans. The humans were the bad guys, and these creatures that were humanoid were the good guys. And they had these mechs that they could control, and they,
I'm sorry,
the
I left
mechs
a
could join
gentleman
together.
in my
And
apartment
it was
who
actually
hacking
really
him
good.
to
My
make sure
brother
the
found
police
had these
retried from him.
videotapes.
Okay, so my
of them.
last Jujutsu
I wish I could
Kaisen
find
vi-
those things.
And yeah,
but
it
you don't see
she
that
got-
good anime anymore.
talk about.
Yeah,
There's still some
That
good
bitch
stuff
cut-
out there.
Oh
There's
yeah,
just
no,
a lot of
that's
stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, the
It's
planner
just
assholes
like
clear-
back in the day, I can pick an anime and be like, "Wow, this is amazing." Nowadays, it's like, okay, trash.
Well, there's so much shows nowadays.
Yeah, so much. It's
So there's like
bloody.
40. It's like 40 shows a season, and there's only
especially what
2 or 3.
especially what got over here back in the 90s when we
Yeah.
were starting to watch
Yeah,
it.
So we only
we
got
kinda
the best of the
filtered,
best.
so, yeah, we
Yeah,
got
we were
the
very
best.
limited. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got kind of like the best what people filtered over and like this is actually really good.
Yeah,
Bring it over.
it filtered out through what they liked there, and then
Yeah.
what they could bring over here.
So yeah. I guess what we liked was influenced by what somebody else liked
Yeah, of course.
until we got the mangas, and then what was it fairy something?
Oh, bondage fairies.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, what the what?
Yes, Teddy.
That wasn't me. That was Mr. Level.
Yeah, just
He liked
level.
bondage fairies.
Oh, he had the whole collection of bondage fairies.
Yeah, but I remember being like junior high when you saw like they draw boobies in their cartoons and anime. That was like,
Yeah.
And then somebody turned it, it's not a cartoon, it's anime. And you'd be like, no, anime.
I remember-
Anime.
No, anime.
I think we took Fist of the North Star
Anime.
over tape to yours and Joseph's house. You and your brothers.
Took which
Poot.
one?
Fist of the North Star. And there was
Oh,
like
that was awesome when they blow
Yeah.
up after he punches them enough.
but there was like a nudity scene, like a topless scene. And I'm like, oh, let me fast forward this. And I remember Joseph's like, no, I want to know what it looks like. I remember Joseph saying,
that part.
I remember that.
Oh, he just outed him.
Sorry, nobody
If he
knows.
gets Popular,
Nobody
he's gonna have
knows
to edit
him.
this, 'cause if he get popular, he's gonna go back and be like, "You what?"
But I remember I was going to fast forward, and he was like, no, I want to know what it looks like. That's how he said it. He just wants to know how they
the way
draw
I imagine
it.
he's just looking at it while putting his hand up to you.
Yeah, because I was like paused and I was going to fast forward on the VCR, and he was like, no, I want to see, or I want to know how it looks like. I'm like, okay.
Every Saturday every Saturday evening they will have anime on channel 61
Yeah.
that would come on anime something hour, and we would watch it, and it was some good stuff. And one night, Wicked City came on, and we were watching
Yeah.
it, and the lady jumped up in there, and they just blurred everything out. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
let's
they
learn how
didn't
to
cut
make a
anything.
body.
They just blurred it.
Yeah, just blur. So me and my brother were like, okay, whatever. My dad was like, holy moly, and he clicked it off. We're like, what's going on? Well, she was rubbing, and it was just we didn't know that her
You could still
she
tell
had a
from what you could
giant
see. Yeah.
beaver that was eating people.
Yeah. That was an anime right there. Wicked City.
Yeah, but it's a good movie. I enjoyed
Look
it.
it up,
That
kids
one,
out there. No, I'm kidding. No.
Demon City Shinjuku.
It's the same director. Yeah, Madhouse, man. They had some good stuff back then.
Good stuff. The little
80s,
kid with the roller
90s.
skates. That was
And they went on to
awesome
do Ninja
stuff.
Scroll. Yeah.
Ninja Scroll. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into our headlines for the week. We got a new trailer for Justice League. Looks
Yeah,
like Jared
Zack
Leto is going to be making an appearance in it. His Joker.
Yeah, the Joker that was meant to be.
I don't know. I think they should just let Jared Leto's Joker die. I was never a fan of it.
I don't mind it. There's so many Jokers that you have to give way to some radical Jokers that are actually pretty good. I like it better than the Jokers that was on Gotham.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Could see that. That was
Jokers
okay.
have been somewhat radical.
Yeah, they've always
Been
been.
a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't really found a bad one yet
Mm-hmm.
so far.
Jared Leto's.
No,
I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it.
if you have to put it, you could put it lower on the list, but they're all really great. They all
Maybe if
did
it
a
was
good
in a
job.
better movie, you still got to see Suicide Squad, John Paul.
Yeah,
I
and
know. I have to
the
see
way
that
they
'cause-
edit it can really change what he was trying to do. They took not what 70% of the film stuff that he did out and only put 30% of them in the movie. Yeah, that you can't judge a book by 25% of its content.
But the stuff they did show, yeah. I mean, maybe there's better stuff out there.
That's
But
like,
the stuff
I
that
can
they
tell
showed,
you,
I didn't like.
I could tell you a quarter of a story. You'll say the story's horrible. It's like no, I haven't even told you most of the story. But the part you heard is you're judging a book by its cover, sir.
But just as like he's got a tattoo of a hand on his mouth. He's got a tattoo of a mouth on his hand, and he actually puts it up to his face and like holds it up there, like, "Hey, look, here's my mouth. It's on my hand." Like,
yeah, but the other one had scars going up his face. You know.
And what does he have, like, damaged? He has a tattoo that says damaged or something. And
yeah, so everyone had unique. The other one wore gloves. Jack Nicholas, he wore gloves. I mean,
there's a lot of Jokers, and everybody tries to.
You got the
bring
Joker
their
was
own,
mentally
try and differentiate it, but just because it's different doesn't mean it's good. And I didn't think his was good.
No, we already established this in previous episodes. Different is always better.
No, different doesn't always mean better.
Like on How I Met Your Mother, he said new is always better. And he said, "Would you like some Glenn
Different is
McKinnon
just
aged
different.
30 years, or Bubba's purple or Bubba's grape vodka?"
Different just means different. Doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean it's bad. Just means different.
Have you guys seen Batman: The Killing Joke?
No. Yeah. It came out like 2-3 years ago, right? It's pretty recent, right?
I don't know. I'm looking for Suicide Squad on Netflix. They don't have it, and this came up.
Oh, The Killing Joke.
Yeah, it met with like
the comic is supposed to be really good.
Comics good, but the thing people are like, oh, they're just trying to be. I think there was a rape scene or something with Batwoman, or can't remember. There was some sort of scene that people were like, okay, they're just trying to be gritty to get away with it.
Because I think it's rated R, right?
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, I think, is on HBO Max. I don't know if you have that, JP.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah,
no, I don't have it.
The Suicide Squad, but
okay, I plan on seeing that one pretty soon. I'm gonna get HBO Max.
Yeah. When we get together, whenever we can get together. Well, COVID numbers are dropping, right? We should be able to get together sometime soon. I don't know how comfortable you guys
feel. They're dropping, but when you're still seeing 4 or 5 4 or 5 pro blues in the hospital, it's still.
But whenever you guys feel comfortable, I'm saying we should at least be able to get out and eat now.
I feel comfortable right now.
Well, I should be able. I get the vaccine. Like.
Yeah, my parents got it. My grandma's got it. Oh, good. Hopefully, I'll get mine soon too.
That vaccine was made by a subsidiary that is owned by a parent corporation and a subsidiary of the Umbrella Corporation, John Paul. So be careful.
We're all gonna get the Flaga.
Oh well.
T-virus.
I'm going to have to Jill Valentine you.
So another news, I can't remember her name now. Gina Carano.
Gina Carano
just got fired from Lucasfilm from her social media posts. And as a fan, like I'm sad, because I liked her character, Cara Dune. And the politics stuff, I mean, if Disney doesn't like what she's saying, I don't agree with what she was saying either, but I don't know if that's reason to fire somebody. But I guess you have to.
I just think with any outlet that's being and investing money in someone,
they're the boss. They get
in the future, and they had a mini series planned for her.
Yeah, they did.
So all this others, I mean, they set out a future, and when you say stuff, especially when you have all this money behind you, you're a representative of that company.
So if you haven't been following the story, she's had a past. She's had a history of some controversial tweets. She's very right leaning, and so people have been asking on Twitter to fire her. Other people on Twitter have been supporting her, and then she came out with something pretty recent, and I guess just pushed Disney over the edge. I mean, I don't know. Kind of sad. I liked Cara Dune. But I
So yeah,
understand.
I was reading something and they're talking about getting Lucy Lawless. We should get Lucy Lawless to play her.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll recast her or if they'll just get rid of the character altogether.
Um, I don't know, with that money that they had set up for her, for that they may want to continue on with that storyline, or they may say, you know what, we didn't want to do it anyway. This gives us a good reason not to do that.
Yeah.
So
Who knows? It's gonna. There's no Grogu, no Cara Dune. There's gonna be no characters left for season 3 of Mandalorian.
yeah, well, are they going to do another season?
Yeah, they are. It's supposed to come out at the same time in December.
Oh,
Same time
you
as
know,
Book of
I'm
Boba
thinking,
Fett.
I'm thinking, Wanda.
Which let's go into our next topic. WandaVision,
Ooh,
episode 6. 3 more left. Good one. I think they keep getting better and better.
Yeah, they keep opening the unfolding like a little piece of paper. It keeps unfolding. It's getting bigger and bigger, and now we know Wanda's not fully in control of stuff.
Yeah, well, Agnes.
We got the idea of it, but now we don't know the extent, but we know.
Do you still think Agnes is the Agatha? Because she seemed pretty clueless.
Yeah, no. That look when she looked back at him and said "Okie dokie,"
yeah,
and kept going.
But when she got cured of visions, okay, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen WandaVision, but when she got cured of when he cured her, for temporarily, she was freaking out, what's going on? You're Vision, you're an Avenger. And he's like, what's an Avenger? So he doesn't have any memory from before.
I don't know. I don't know.
And then the fact she said, am I dead? And he's like, why would you say that? And she's like, because you are.
Yeah.
So she seems.
Well, so she was around. Well, everybody knew that he died right before the snap.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know, but I think no. The thing is, when he gave her back her mind, she was still further away from the witch where she should have stayed frozen.
Yeah, that's true. It's pretty neat
she said "Okie dokie," and she like nothing happened, and she drove away.
That's kind of neat. Yeah, it's kind of neat how everybody on the edges of town doesn't have enough bandwidth to control everybody, so they're just animated GIFs, just repeating their actions are completely still.
That is dark.
Yeah, she only has enough to control the people in the center of town.
And he when he brought it up, and she was like, "Oh, you don't think that's too mean?"
Yeah.
And basically he's like in the House of M story, he's kind of coddling her, no, do what you need to do, sis, to feel better. Go with it. That's what he kind of did in there, and he kind of convinced her to wipe all the mutants out. So in this one, he's convincing her to go forward with the plan. So he may be Mephisto himself.
Vision?
Mm-hmm. Or either Mephisto or Death.
It was kind of neat. That bad guy, the Hayward or whatever his name was, he was tracking not Wanda, but he was tracking Vision.
Yeah.
So I wonder why.
Because that's the asset she stole, and they want it back.
Okay.
They want that as he wants that because they were studying it, and they were doing what he did not want them to do, was try to weaponize him again.
And obviously Hayward looks like he has some ulterior motive here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, of course he does. He wants Vision. That's money in his pocket. You're messing with his money, you're messing with his mind.
You think he's Hydra?
Possibly.
His name is Hayward. It's almost got the letters of Hydra.
Maybe Hive is coming up.
Hive? Isn't that DC?
Hive DC. I think Hive DC. Yeah, Hive is DC. Sorry, I'm thinking
of Teen Titans.
Maybe AIM will come back.
Oh, AIM.
What else is what else companies are rival? Hammer.
There's too many groups, man, in the comic books.
Yeah, and I love keeping track of them. It's interesting when you build this world, and then I hate when they do retcons, but when they do it right, it's pretty interesting.
How about Peter? So he knows about her.
There you are, Peter.
He knows about her. Obviously, he brought it up about bringing back the dead husband and stuff, but he does have the memories of MCU Pietro because he remembers getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see when they were Halloween trick or treating when they're kids? She was Black Widow and he was Nick Fury.
No, I didn't. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, he had a little eye patch and was wearing black, and she was Black Widow.
And that was in the little montage and opening.
It was in the end. I was during the show. They just had they're trying to remember the trick or treating, the Halloween's back in Sokovia, and that lady had the fish.
Okay, yeah. The flashback. Okay.
Yeah, the flashback.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I was trying to concentrate on the background because
Yeah.
the background was burning.
It was like
and
a
on
second.
fire. Yeah, so I was like, oh, what's going on in the background?
And Peter, it's cool that the kids finally got their powers. So
Yeah, they manifest their powers.
one's got super speed and one's got telekinesis.
Wiccan ends up being a awesome Omega level mutant.
Oh yeah, one of them he's Wiccan, right? And then the other one is
Wiccan and speed.
Okay. And what's her name becomes Rambo.
Morning.
Monica Rambo becomes Photon.
Photon. Yeah.
So it looks like she's right about there because they said she's already gone through so many times.
So you know what? I had another theory. I'm thinking maybe because more than what Wanda can do with the Mind Stone, what did the power of all 5 stones do when it brought people back? How did it change them when it brought them back? Because first it made them disappear. They were imbued with that power. Then when it brought them back, it used the same power on them. So they have to be changed too. Maybe that's where mutants come in. And as she expands it, that changes them fully and we have mutants. Maybe not everybody changes, but there's going to be mutants. Maybe from the combination of the snap and from the combination of her powers.
Yeah, maybe because her field is changing people on a cellular level.
And remember I said expanding?
Remember I said that? So if it expands, if she can send it all out through the whole world, she can just alter everybody's...
Or maybe she loses control and it just bursts and then it cracks reality, and then you get a multiverse where Peter Parker swings through and says, oh.
And Monica did say that my guy to get me inside should be here in an hour. So who is going to be that guy? You think it's going to be from Fantastic Four? Mr.
Doctor Strange?
No. I wonder if it's Strange. But I'm thinking it's going to be her astrophysicist friend.
You're talking about
Richard Reed?
Reed Richards, yeah.
Reed Richards.
It could be him. I mean, but there's so many. It could be Hank McCoy. Maybe it's Hank McCoy, and that's where he turns into his X-Men. Uh-huh. So there's so many people it could be. It's just that's why I'm so excited. My brain's pooping out ideas.
Pietro did say about his parents. He's like, I think our parents would have liked it if they're alive. So that takes away the idea that his parents were Magneto.
Well, we're not that. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Realities are going to change. So right now, that may be the thing. But you got to remember, he's going on. The only memory he has is the one that she created for that world. Because remember, he was talking about stuff that happened as a kid. She said, "I don't remember it like that."
Yeah, they remember things differently.
And so she did try. Is not reliable.
And she did try testing him, and he was like, I see what you're doing. You're testing me. He didn't answer the question.
And he changed the subject. Also, I was going to make a point, and I just can't remember the point I was going to make, so you can continue with your
he's still fishy, though. I don't trust Pietro. I did like how they had all the old costumes, his old Quicksilver costume with the pointy hair.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do Speed's costume, but they
kind of just did Quicksilver skin. But Wiccan kind of looks like Wiccan.
Wiccan had his costume down to almost to a T.
And Vision's old costume. And so who, explain to me, Teddy, because I don't know who it is, but a lot of people say if it's not Mephisto who's running the scenes, it could be Nightmare, because I guess...
Nightmare, there you go. Yeah, Nightmare.
So who is Nightmare?
Let me try to remember Nightmare.
Because I guess he's a Doctor Strange villain, from what I understood. So maybe they're saying this could
along with Mephisto, Doctor Strange.
So this could be the introduction of Nightmare, which will become the big enemy for Doctor Strange.
Some people are suggesting that
because I guess Peter kind of said Nightmare a couple times in the episode.
Yeah, he that maybe that's the husband she's referring to.
Oh, maybe Agnes.
Yeah, so he first appeared in Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange comic, but he was mainly a a villain of Doctor Strange and Ghost Rider.
Oh, okay. Ghost Rider also. What'd you
So
think of that?
there's a lot of different hells in the MCU. There's a lot of different hells,
Oh,
and all the deities from hell. So you have Mephisto, you have the guy from Surtur, you have Surtur, you have all these demon-like entities battling to be number one supreme uno of of all everything, from their own different dimensions, and he's one of the people on that council.
okay. What'd you think of that commercial that they had? The middle episode commercial. That was kind of
Oh yeah,
dark.
oh yeah. I was trying to break it down,
Yeah.
like what the significance
Very
of
90s.
yeah,
Stop motion animation. Made me think of Go-Gurt or
animal.
something.
It made me think of Danimals.
Or Danimals, yeah.
Danimals yogurt. Used to have
There's
the
a
Danimals
shark.
yogurt stuff.
The shark gives him this
Yeah,
yogurt, and he just
or
can't
shark.
open it.
Was it shark bites? Those are gummies. Shark bites.
Oh, I don't know, but it was a shark who gives him a. It was a yogurt,
Hmm.
and the guy just can't open the yogurt, and he just withers away and dies.
Yeah. So I mean, like, what is the significance of that? What was it? He
Yeah.
because he's on
Is
an
that-
island.
Is that like Wanda feeling all alone, and no matter what she does, she can't remedy it? Like, she's trying to open that yogurt container to make herself feel better, to give herself nourishment, but she can't.
Hmm.
But it was kind of deep.
I don't know. Yeah, I've been looking online to see if I see theories, but I haven't seen any
Yeah.
plausible.
There's also a theory that every commercial matches up with the different Infinity Stone. They all represent a different stone.
Could be. And we're right now in the
Yeah.
red universe, or we would be in the mine universe if Wanda.
So yeah, there's 3 episodes left, so I think they have to. They need to kind of reveal the big bad guys soon.
Oh, they have to. I mean,
They can't just do it in the last episode. And the big bad guy is this one. I think they got to reveal it soon and spend the last 2 episodes like fighting that bad guy or whatever.
And then what is what is Captain America and the Winter Soldier going to lead into? What is that?
The Falcon?
Yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, Falcon Winter Soldier? I don't know. They're gonna have another movie they're gonna lead into probably.
Yeah, that was supposed to butt into a movie.
There's Eternals.
Also.
There's Shang-Chi coming out. There's a new Black
Man,
Panther.
I can't wait till they start doing the
Black Panther TV series.
the supernatural stuff. So
Yeah.
Blade, Morbius.
Yeah, Blade.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Because they're establishing their horror right now with the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So when they get the horror down, and Blade wasn't a bad movie, so it's not like they can do worse than. Hopefully they can.
Yeah,
they can
Blade. I feel bad that everybody forgets about Blade. Like they're talking about Black Panther's like first black superhero movie. And Wesley Snipes is like, hey, I kind of did this like decades ago. Why is everybody forgetting about me?
And I think the Blue Marvel is the first, quote unquote, the first, because they retconned him as the first black superhero in the Marvel universe, not the MCU, but the Marvel universe. And what it was is he was powerful, and during the Civil Rights movement, the president and Captain America approached him and asked him to stand down, because if black people had a superhero icon to stand with them, there's nothing that could stop him, and they needed.
Oh, they don't want to give him inspiration or something.
So yeah, so so he had to go into retirement because of the Civil Rights movement, because they didn't want to give him more steam and more power with a black superhero. It's a really deep comic.
That's sad.
Really, really deep.
All
The
right.
I think it's a Blue Marvel.
So changing gears now. Now let's talk about a big video game. This came out about a week and a half ago. Tearing up the charts on Steam. Sold about 1 million copies in a week. We've been playing Valheim. So, Poot, since you haven't talked in a while, you want us to give us a rundown what Valheim is for people who don't know? And then we'll kind of say a little review about it, what we like.
It's a survival game, survival adventure game.
Survival adventure, yeah. What would you compare it to? Any other games you've played?
It kind of reminds me of this one old MMO, like the first MMO
Like RuneScape.
on PC. I can't remember the name of some of those games, but it was like isometric overhead kind of thing. But
Oh,
they had
Avatar wasn't.
wildlife and stuff, and you could go into the forest and you can chop trees and you can kill
Oh,
animals.
was it EverQuest or something
Yeah,
like
I think it was
that?
no, it
Or
wasn't
Avatar? It
EverQuest.
was, what was it called? Now that I remember what you're thinking, now
Diablo? No, it's not. It's like Diablo. Maybe it is
yeah.
Diablo. And it reminds me of that, but in 3D.
Hmm.
And everything is being simulated so that there's wind and the trees move with the wind and the grass moves with the wind and
Yeah.
the water moves with the wind. There's day and night cycles.
Yeah.
So it's not super realistic, which I kind of like. So
Yeah.
the animals are not necessarily eating anything. It's just an animation.
But you'd expect to find them where you find them where you expect to find them, I guess, in your streams and
Yeah, but they don't just suddenly pop up on me either. They're hidden
yeah.
well in a sense of their spawning rate and all
Yeah.
that.
I was hunting deers just a little while ago, and it was like getting dark, and it was just me and this deer tracking it through the forest. It was like really calming and actually kind of
Yeah.
beautiful, like the moonlight and the streams and hiding behind, waiting for him to come back after he got startled, and it was a
Yeah.
pretty nice moment. I just wish I could get more trophy heads.
Get more?
I need more. I need 4 more deer trophy heads.
I have more than I need in my
Oh,
Yeah,
you could
my
because
spare a
world. And
couple.
in the world we're at, your server,
Yeah.
I have like 8 maybe. So you
Oh,
can just go in there and take them.
because I need
I
I need
gotta
4
bring them
more.
over. Because I need a.
I want to make that big hammer.
Yeah, we need to make that hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So
I want to make the rocket launcher and the Gatling gun.
Rocket launcher.
so what do you think of it, Theodius?
I'm having a pretty good time. I was never really big into survival games. Me and John Paul used to play excuse me. Don't Starve.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
played that once.
yeah, so it's
I
I
like survival
pick-
games, but I couldn't get into Don't Starve. Like the systems didn't
Yeah.
make sense to me. I died too
It's
easy.
much less forgiving. Don't Starve is really just trying to survive 1 year if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the winter's gonna kill you.
Oh, every time.
And the worst part is you're either freeze to death or you go insane to death.
Yeah. The
So
systems were
it's
really
not
difficult.
Yeah, and it's really hard to even build a house. You have to build a contraption, 2 different types, which are science machine type things. One is an alchemy machine, I think, and the other is a science machine. And it's like, I just want to build a house, like, but and not that it's not an interesting game because it is, but it takes a lot more trial and error with that game, and it's very repetitive because you're gonna die and go through the boring parts over and over again before you can get to the
Yeah.
interesting parts.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like almost like a roguelike, I guess.
Yeah,
We have
but
to
this
play
game
it,
is
get
much
better.
easier to survive and much more
Yeah,
action
it's
oriented.
very forgiving, and I like that. I am not the best, so
It's not like it's not like I've never died. I've died a few times from smoke and
yeah,
trees
yeah,
and
definitely.
trolls.
But
But you don't die. You don't have cheap deaths. You don't get frustrated deaths. You know.
yeah, you don't have to sit
Yeah.
there and worry about all these small tedious things like, oh, your meat's gonna go bad if you don't cook it, and even if you do cook it, it's just gonna take longer to go bad, and then you have wasted. It's like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I would
want to
say
survive, but I don't.
Like
want
was it Metal Gear 3, Metal Gear Solid 3? Remember how your meat used to go bad?
well, don't starve, your meat goes bad too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And so like I was thinking like people who like Don't Starve might not like Valheim because it's much more forgiving, but it's also much more focused on action
Yeah.
and engaging enemies and stuff. Don't Starve is more like trying to figure out what the game wants you to do.
Hmm.
And so there's different aspects of that. So you might not, just because you like one, you're not going to like the other, even though they're both survival games.
And it's kind of a weird game where that's ugly and beautiful at the same time, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Because
Really
it's very
nice lighting
yeah,
and colors, but kind of not ugly
And
models, but just
ugly
not-
models and ugly textures,
Yeah,
but the world itself is pretty beautiful and it's
yeah,
the
it
art.
fits.
Yeah, it's a cool world. Yeah, but I'm like it. Give it another week. I mean, I've only scrapped the surface.
And
Yeah,
I want
we
to
haven't
mention one
even-
more thing about it.
Yeah.
We
If anybody out there likes Legos, you're gonna love this game because the building is very interesting. It's not realistic though, but it's very interesting.
But it's more realistic than other stuff. Like there's like a weight management, like a, what is the word I'm trying to think of? You have
Not
to
really,
balance.
that's what I found out.
But a little
Like,
bit.
I'm doing all this structural architecture, right?
Like if you play like
and it's not working
Minecraft,
very well.
if you play Minecraft, you just have to stick one block next to another block. That's it. At least you have to kind of support.
This game, the way it works is whatever's touching the ground is your support.
Yeah.
And you can go up to like 4 or 5 building pieces from there. That's it.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have to have another support that touches the ground that also has to be about 5 pieces away, and that's how you keep your structure from not falling. Unfortunately, even if you build like a structure around it, it may not register to that like ceiling tile, for example.
The
ceiling tile still registers to its original where it originally connected to, and so on and so forth. So it's not very realistic, but it's realistic enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But at least they're trying with the systems.
Yeah, and they might mess with that too.
And it will remind everybody it is early access game still. Even though I haven't run into any bugs, it hasn't crashed. But I'm guessing they're going to be doing constant updates and changing things.
Yeah.
That's what I spend most of my time is building. That's when you guys are not playing, I'm mostly just building.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, if we're not all playing together, I like to, like, if you'll see next time you get on, I've just been building a fence around the perimeter. And,
Nice.
Yeah.
I haven't done the fence thing yet. I need to do that.
Yeah. So I put a couple of gates, so we'll have a little fence, and so I'll hopefully keep the trolls out and any looky-loos.
Oh wow, the trolls! Yeah, the trolls destroy everything in their path.
So I'm hoping. I don't know how strong the fence is, so I'm hoping we'll keep them out. We'll see.
Yeah.
If we're getting chased, we'll see. Alrighty, yeah, but overall I like it, and we'll give another update another week or two.
Yeah, I'm on board. I mean, I'm in there like swimwear.
All right, and we won't have a Gainer's gift today because Gainer couldn't make it, but we do have Theodious's treats. So Theodius, come on, send us home happy. Give us a treat.
Oh, you got. I had one ready.
You just had one we were playing about the system.
Oh yeah. That's right. I was going to write it down. I should have wrote it down, but now I remember. It was don't use the system. Let the system use you.
No, I think that's opposite, isn't it? Use the system. Don't let the system use you. Use the system.
No, you don't use the system. Let the system use you. That's.
But then you're being used by the system.
I know. That's the whole point. I'm not giving you positive. I'm giving you some sarcastic, nonsensical.
Those are the best. Those are actually the best Theodious's treats. So thank you.
Yeah, I live my life according to these every day, and I'm a better human being for it.
All right. Well, thank you to everybody who's listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're following us on your podcast, make sure you subscribe as well if you want to hear more. We do this every week. Usually comes out on Sunday. I think it's came out every Sunday the last 14 weeks. So thanks again, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day and good night. Once again, this is Dirt McGirt, Scatterbrain Studios. And follow us on Twitter at ScatterbrainST. And good night to Poot Nannies and Theodius.
More to you all.
Couldn't be better.
Good luck.